Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass. So I don't like the look of this D. Listen, I don't need gay or straight boner pills. My boner works just fine.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I want to see movies! I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
Howdy, all. Welcome back to the Daily Dive, the Double D's, where we try to do our best to find the hope, the goodness, and also you guys make me suffer. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. It's cold out there. It's snowy. I shoveled snow this morning because I had to. I had to do the thing. I had to free the car. I had to make sure it happened, and it's paid benefit. The parking space is still there. It's still available when a car comes back later today, and hopefully, and it's even melted a little bit too. The slush is gone. The slush is gone. So it snowed. Hopefully, this is the end of it for the season. I really would like it to be. I hate snow. I've seen enough snow in my lifetime. I never need to see it again. It's not fun. It's disgusting. It just slows everything down. It makes things annoying. And it's cold. I don't like it cold. I want it to be temperate. Temperate zone. A nice, cool 72 to 75 degrees. Nice breeze. I can picture it now. Anyway. Anyway, so I'm a little bit tired, though. I didn't get a ton of sleep because, as usual, I went to bed later than I should. But that's because we were talking some good Star Trek last night. You can catch that this Wednesday on Brad's channel, Duke Devil 95, where we talked some Deep Space Nine on Wormhole Watch. So I went to bed a little later than I wanted to, but it's always worth it to talk Star Trek, to talk real Star Trek. Either way, so I'm a little tired because even though it's been many hours since I did the snow, I couldn't go back to sleep because we have to do this show. This show is required as long as nothing else gets in the way. Anyway, as I said, I hope the day finds all of you well. And up until a few minutes ago, I wasn't sure what I was going to open the show with. I wasn't exactly sure. Also, I hope my audio is okay. I think I discovered that my audio on StreamYard was a little turned up higher than it should be. So I adjusted it a bit, and I try to keep the microphone a little bit of a distance away so I'm not breaking eardrums when I talk or get loud. So I hope the audio sounds okay today. Either way, so I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about leading the show, because other than that, it's, as always with a Monday, there's no real news to talk about, at least news that I give a dig diddly damn about. Because everybody wants to praise Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I could give a shit. Fuck Germ. I don't care if it's a heroic tale that we all needed. Fuck Germ. You are all setting yourselves up again. It's just another story. Drop it in the middle of the shit that you're never going to get a conclusion for. So I'm sorry. Excuse me if I don't want to get excited. Excuse me if I'm not going to keep feeding the beast that is Germ, that introduced nihilism into fantasy fiction. Germ is a cancer, and I will never, ever support anything he does. I think it's all trash. You can love it, that's fine, but understand that you're still supporting the thing that helped nearly kill fantasy fiction because of what he's done for well over a decade. That's my opinion. I'm going to stand by it. No one's ever going to convince me otherwise. We need heroes. There are other stories with better heroes than a lone hero set in a nihilistic trash pile of a world created by a guy who really isn't that good at what he does. He got lucky. Germ got lucky. He was in the right place at the right time. If I sound angry, it's because I don't like Germ. I hate Game of Thrones. I hate his entire world of Westeros. I think it's a pile of shit. So there you go. There you go. But if you enjoy it, that's great. Just don't try to tell me that I should. I think what I hate is people running. I think what bugs me the most is everybody around singing its praises. Like Germ hasn't fucked you all over before. That's the shit of it. That's shit of it. Everybody behaves like Germ is doing great when he's just going to get you again. He's just going to get you again. It's all going to fall apart on you because it all ends the same. He's feeding you prequel nonsense without finishing the shit that he promised you. That's not what I was going to talk about, though. That's not where I'm going with the start of the show. So, that. And once again, it is my opinion. It is simply my opinion. I'm not telling anybody what to think. It is my opinion. Anyway, but what I am going to talk about here, I'll start the show, is don't lose hope. I know people want to talk about, I know I just said 97 Kingdoms is about a hero and hope, but in real sense of hope, I noticed something recently. I've noticed something. Unfortunately, my social media timeline, well, specifically X, is filled with stands because I tend to try and get blocked by them by harassing them. I want to annoy them. Back in the day, you used to be able to get a block, and it would mean they wouldn't appear. And there are some that just are the worst of the freaking worst. But my timeline is filled with stand behavior who like to pretend that everything is great in the chosen IPs and franchises they have latched onto like parasites and have sucked the life out of. Of course, I get a lot of Star Wars. And we talked a bit about a Star Wars yesterday on Roundtable. We'll always keep talking about it. Well, let me be specific, Disney Star Wars in the shit shape that it is in. But there is hope. Adam, Disney Star Wars is not going to get better, and I never said it would. Real Star Wars remains basically in stasis, locked away, kicked away, forgotten by many, ignored by many, and in some cases, willingly pushed aside by many who have become apathetic. That stuff can be healed. But what I'm going to talk about here is the hope that Disney Star Wars continues to crumble right before our eyes. What do I mean? Very simply put, I've mentioned it a few times in the past week. The stands are losing their shit. When they're not fighting with each other, which they are, in a pathetic version of the way OT, PT, and EU people used to go at each other back in the day, the stands are very angry these days. Due to what we talked about yesterday in one fashion, whenever Tony Gilroy comes up, they want to start screaming fascism. They're very into talking about fascism and how Andor and real their version of real Star Wars fans are anti-fascist, and they're gonna punch a fascist and gonna stop the fascists from being fascists, all that kind of crap. So they're very angry. They're very aggressive. They get very angry when you kind of twist the reality of Disney Star Wars and poke at the thin, fragile layer of what's going on there. So they're yelling and screaming everybody who doesn't agree with them. And then some of them, there's a very distinct strain through all the camps of the stands where they just have to make a statement. If you don't like this, this is still Star Wars. It's just these quick things, these empty posts that they think people give a damn about. I just see them because it's part of my algorithm on X, and I'm forced to. But there's a desperation in the air, as if they understand it's coming to an end. I saw a post today that I didn't bookmark it because I could just repeat it to you. I could tell it to you. I saw a post today by one moron who said, I have a really good feeling that the Mandalorian and Grogu is going to bring in all kinds of new fans to Star Wars. It's going to be real good. The future's looking great. Retard. Who thinks like that? This is a show that has existed on streaming television for 4 years now, 4 or 5 years now. Whatever audience there is for it is there. There's nobody new coming in. Then I saw and this is a pet peeve of mine. It really is. The whole, we're going to eat good this year. This is the best Star Wars has ever been for 2026 with Ahsoka and Maul and Mando. Delusions. They are descending deeper into delusions. They're saying crazy stuff. And then I saw this. This is what sparked me to talk about this today in the beginning of the show here. There was one particular stan who I despise. We've seen him before many times. I've brought him up in videos and other live streams, even this stream itself. I call him the collaborator. He is one of the original piece of shit stands that tries to obfuscate the truth. He claims to love real Star Wars. Talks about, I read the EU books and we can love it all. It all works. He'll one of the first to always call the EU legends, all that kind of crap. And he always wants to talk about be a kind person, be good. When I've seen him use political rhetoric when he gets caught up in the fervor, because every single stand is always an ideological pawn of common Marxism, who side with one particular version of American politics. So I see this guy and I despise this piece of shit. I despise him to the core of my being because he always throws real Star Wars under the bus to elevate Disney Star Wars. And by now you don't know who I'm talking about. Maybe some of you have figured it out. I'm talking about, of course, Dan Star Wars Centralized. You're probably familiar with this account. And normally, he is Mr. Fake Positivity. He's one of those fake positivity guys, too, which I really disgusts me. Hate those guys. But I saw something today that showed me, they're starting to lose it. The footing is unstable. The foundation is crumbling. It was this post from about, it's from earlier today, from just a couple hours ago. I'll bring it up for you here. Sometimes my tired feed feels like sequel hate, sequel hate, sequel hate, sequel hate, post talking about sequel hate, sequel hate, sequel hate. And it's incredibly depressing. I love these movies, but I'm getting tired, boss. It's like standing in a fast-moving river. First of all, he's not allowed to say, I'm tired, boss. He's not allowed to, because he is one of the chief propaganda pushers on this platform for years with Disney Star Wars. Flooding, destroying, poisoning all real Star Wars for the sake of propping up Disney Star Wars. He doesn't get to say he's tired, boss. I get to say, I'm tired, boss. As I've been holding back, it's a fast-running stream. You bitch, I've been fighting the tidal wave that you bastards have been trying to wash over my original favorite fandom in all the world. So he says this, and this shows you they're cracking. And then when he simply posts something like this, it's a good damn movie. You can shut up about Last Jedi. They're losing their resolve. They're starting to become afraid because even through their fantasy world that they all live in, the cracks are showing. The foundation of the house of cards is starting to shake. It's starting to waver. It's starting to tremble. And they cannot fight it because they know it's ending. The enthusiasm isn't there. The fake enthusiasm, the fake positivity is not there. And I love it. And you know why? I understand what the resolve break looks like. Because I know what it looks like when I know what real resolve looks like. What passion-fueled resolve looks like. These people have no real passion. It's all confetti, fake and annoying, and gets in your way. Popped in your face to try and convince you there's a party. But there's nothing there. There's nothing there at all. They're afraid. Disney Star Wars is falling apart. Mandalorian Grogu, there is no enthusiasm for it. There just isn't. Nobody cares about it. And they feel it. They feel it. Exactly. More than ever. More than ever. There is a complete lack of interest in this stuff. They are 3 months out from this movie. And the most attention it's gotten is roasting of a bad Super Bowl commercial. Because only 10 million people watched the trailer that was released last week. 10 million. We showed it yesterday on Roundtable. So I say to you, here's your evidence that we are winning. We haven't won anything. We never really will quite win. But we can claim these victories in shifting the battle lines and forcing them into corners. When you see this, they're afraid. They're afraid. And they know they do. They know they don't have a true, passionate, large fan base that will rise to the occasion and carry a franchise through dark years. Because think about it. I've talked about this in the distant past, maybe not on this stream, but in other ones. From 1983 to 1991, there was no real new Star Wars content. It was just the original trilogy, a couple of books that in what was not called the expanded universe yet. There was tabletop stuff, but there was also endless toys. Endless toys. And there were some comics, and I'm not talking the original comics that ran for the original TV. I'm talking they started with some of the Tales of the Jedi stuff. You know, there was some Star Wars, but there was not really new Star Wars. But from 83 to 91, whether you're a kid like I was asking your mom to buy you toys and anything you saw, or someone who had grown into adulthood from 77 into the 80s and had their own purchasing power, we carried Star Wars on our shoulders. All of us. We carried it. We kept it relevant. We showed George that we were willing to spend the money. Super Nintendo comes around and Super Star Wars. I mean, there was already Star Wars video games out there, but they weren't huge. But then you get something like Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back, Super Return of the Jedi, and man, that stuff was great. And then and then more video games start to happen, and then you get 91 and 92, and Timothy Zahn brings us the Thrawn trilogy, and suddenly the fire is lit. But you don't get to that moment where Lucasfilm takes a chance on Timothy Zahn and says, write these books. We're going to give you permission to write a legitimate Lucas-approved story for Star Wars. We're going to give you a chance. You don't get there without people carrying the franchise with resolve and passion, knowing that there could be more. There could be more. We're going to celebrate what we got. We're going to love it, even if we never get any more, but there could always be more. These jackasses, these hollow pieces of shit, they don't have that resolve. They do not have the ability to do it because they're not fans of anything. Yeah, we got it. We know what it feels like. We know what it looks like to be passionate and to love something and to, even when all hope looks dim, to feel that urge just to keep going and enjoy it and celebrate it and pass it on, to collect, protect, and preserve it. They don't have that. Without agenda or ideology backing it, they don't have that. Without crap, they don't have it. Because look at Disney Star Wars for now the past 12 years. 12 years. Actually, you know what? Screw that. Let's make it 14 years. We'll make it 14. We'll go back to the sale date. Show me the merch winning. Show me merch consumption by the stand base. You can't. Despite another more newer stand piece of shit, Jeremy at Manabyte, we've talked about him before, Disney Star Wars merch doesn't sell. It doesn't sell. It never will sell. Because the stand base has no purchasing power. They do not move the needle. Whereas real fans will always spend the money if they have the money. I rarely buy anything. The only thing I bought, if I turn here slightly, a few years ago, I bought my Mara action figure from HasLabs because I never had a Mara action figure. They didn't make Mara action figures, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to let this opportunity slip by if I ever start collecting things again. Because I had all my original Star Wars toys, my original Kenner line. I had all that stuff. But just in case I ever start collecting, I'm going to grab a Mara action figure while I can. Yes, just have a purple lightsaber instead of the blue lightsaber, Anakin's lightsaber. Yeah, that's a little mistake there. But it's still Mara Jade. It's still Mara Jade Skywalker. Courtesy Dark Force Rising. That particular build of her. But you know what I'm saying? We will spend the money if we love it. I mean, I spent money rebuilding my EU book collection for books that I'd been missing, books that had gotten lost. The entire first here, I'll go back full screen for a second here. The entire right there, that top of the shelf right there, that top shelf right here, that I had to replace everything right there. The first bit of the New Republic arc before you get to Children of the Jedi, because that box of books had been in a Quonset in Florida, and when my stepdad divorced my mom, I lost access to that box. Now, it was probably destroyed anyway, being in the Quonset in Florida for a decade. Point is, I lost those books. I had to replace them. I spent about 20, 40. I would say I spent about a few other people. I probably spent about $200 getting those first. I mean, these are all restored. Well, okay. The Heir to the Empire one, that's a 15th anniversary special edition because I wasn't going to spend $68 on a first edition of Heir to the Empire. I wasn't going to do that, so I got that one, and that one's cool because it has the footnotes from Timothy Zahn in it. Point is, I wanted to restore my first editions the best I could that I had, so I spent the money and I got it, and it was worth it because my collection is now back in one piece. You understand what I'm saying? These people, they'll buy trinkets, they'll buy stupid shit, but they won't really spend the money, because if they did, all the games, all the merch, they would have been massive successes. They weren't. They were not. They don't have resolve. They don't have passion because they're all fake to a core. And this right here, this stellar jackass right here, this scum on the bottom of my shoe that I scrape off when I step in the door to come home, he is the barometer. He's the barometer. He's one of their oldest water carriers since this whole thing started since this whole social media shit started with Disney Star Wars for the past 5-6 years. He is cracking because he knows it's coming to an end. Superficial is a good word. I agree. Superficial is a good word. I like that. It's superficial. It's hollow. It's empty. And it's heartening to us. So this is what I want to say to this one, just to say is, don't let us not falter. We are winning the hearts and minds. We're winning hearts and battle. The battle of hearts and minds is going our way. And we must remain diligent, vigilant, and keep pushing forward. Either way. All right, I got that off my thing, and you guys are complaining about the YouTube. Well, spelling. See, I've never believed the Darth Jar Jar stuff. I had a buddy who once tried to run the Darth Jar. When I first learned about this, I want to say about a decade ago, when somebody first brought the Darth Jar Jar meme to me 10, 15 years ago, I said, shut up. I don't know. I don't buy Darth Jar Jar. I will never buy Darth Jar Jar. It's a meme now. It exists because people made it a meme, but I will never buy Darth Jar Jar. I never will. I will never believe in Darth Jar Jar because I can't. It can't. It just doesn't make sense that he was the one pulling Palpatine's strings. No, I can't believe that. I cannot. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hope you guys are doing all right. And there is a new grift tier. I've got a new grift tier for you guys that you can participate in, because we are now, if you didn't catch it on Roundtable yesterday, we are 3 months away. 3 months away we are 3 months away from my Day of Doom. For people who don't know what the Day of Doom is, just a quick recap. The Day of Doom on May 25th, real Star Wars Day, which is kind of the joke of it. We will be going to Galaxy's Edge in Disney World, Orlando, where I basically have to pretend to be a Stan on camera for the live stream while we're there. Various torturous things have been put in place that I have to fulfill while we're there, including going to the movie that night in a Disney Star Wars theater. But we've decided that the torture is not enough, because we recently realized we're not going to be there for more than maybe 3 or 4 hours. We're not going to be there for all day because there's not much to do, I'm told, in Galaxy's Edge. So we need to make sure that I probably suffer more. And since I'm okay with just a few, I'm not going to suffer physical harm. I will not cause harm to my body. A little bit of embarrassment, though, makes for good YouTube, makes for good entertainment, makes for good lore. So we have a new stream, a new Day of Doom torture tier, starting at $100. And this is going to go on for the next month or so. So it's not immediate. All super chats, all stream elements, tips, membership donations, all that kind of stuff on this stream and on Roundtable will go towards this punishment tier. At $100, I will have to carry a Baby Yoda around all day, as long as we're on camera. Brad has it. Brad has showed it to me. He has one. So it has already been acquired. The Baby Yoda is there. If we get to $200, I have to carry Baby Yoda around in a harness. I guess we're calling it the papoose. You know, I'm gonna put it on. He's gonna sit there and have to walk around with the Baby Yoda there. If we get to $300, I will have to talk to Baby Yoda like he's real. I will have to be nice to him and, reaffirm him, reassure him that everything's okay. I have to treat him like the baby. And if we get to $400, at some point in the stream, I will have to stop and give a public speech on how great he is for the future of Disney Star Wars. And then for $500, when after I'm done being my Raylo speech, this unholy, they've already spent over $2,000 for my dignity. They put in over $2,000 already for all this shit last year. A lot of money's already been put into this. So this is the icing on the cake. This is the icing on the cake, just to entertain you all even more. For $500, after I'm done, especially to the Ray actress we find, that how much I love Raylos, then I have to give my speech to her. I have to give that speech to Ray and how great Baby Yoda is. So the Day of Doom gets even worse. The Day of Doom gets even worse. So there it is, guys. For your entertainment, and we are creating a punishment wheel. Jed is coming up with a punishment, not a wheel, but a punishment tier. If I break at any time and let the real me come through, there will be punishments. There will be punishments set that I have to then apply or will be applied to me. So I do not do this without. There is no safety net. There is only a pit of spikes beneath me as I walk this tightrope in that day, from morning to afternoon, as we just have our day. And there'll be people there. I mean, there'll be a bunch of us there. Jed, Rachel, Jeremy can't make it. Beardo will probably be there too. A few others as we go through this, as we torture me. It'll be crazy. It'll be crazy. And it'll be your chance to have fun. And we'll be live streaming it the whole time. Live streaming the whole time because that's the trick. Gotta be on camera. Gotta be on camera. Gotta do it. Either way. But it's for your entertainment. And what's a little embarrassment? What's a little YouTube embarrassment? We're just putting on a joke. We're putting on a show for you guys. And we're trying to, and it's also showing how pathetic Disney Star Wars stands are, because we're going to behave. I'm going to behave just like they behave all the time. That's the joke. And how do we get there? Well, super chats, stream elements, tips. They come in the form of the game of the show. Now I'm going to be adjusting the tier, the super chat tier for this show in the coming future. It's got to evolve a little bit, especially because in another 9 days, my strike is gone. My strike is gone in 9 days. That means the possibility of video reaction returns to the channel. Now, I'm not going to open it up right away. I need to consider how we're going to do it, because we don't want to get in trouble again. This strike has been hovering over the channel now for 3 months. It's not been happy for me, but we have gotten through it, and we will get through it and have more fun. So I might reopen video reactions. Yeah, I was in the boo box. Courtesy of the chat. Listen, Kratos got me in trouble. No, one thing for sure, if we do reactions, no more news reports. No more news reports. That's what got me in trouble. We will not react to news reports, as goofy and dumb as they may be, because subsidiary companies or affiliate companies don't seem to like it when I do that. So they're dicks about it. Anyway, so right now, though, it's still the same stuff. $10 for a rant. Although I'm going to get rid of the rant one, but we'll leave it there for a little bit longer. I'm also going to get rid of the $15. Leave it up for today because I haven't thought about it. I'm going to get rid of the $15 of a react to an article we see in the news, because most of the time you guys don't want me to stop. I will keep the $15 to ask me specific questions for discussion purposes. I will also keep the $15 to choose an article that you have that you want me to react to. Those ones are good. And of course, we will keep $35 for chat, made me watch us reviews, where you guys will choose an episode of television or a movie, and I will review it live on the stream here. That's always a winner. So we're going to revamp this, but all super chats and tips of any kind. And you could also super chat and not ask for anything, or give a tip and not ask for anything. There's always that. You're enjoying the entertainment. That's fine by me. You don't have to make me do anything. But we will leave that intact for now. But we're going to change it up a bit just for the sake of things. Just because we got to mix it up. We're coming up on a year since this stream has started. It's a year in May. So we're coming up on a year. We might shake things up for the year. Either way, why don't we? All right, so I've gotten this stuff out of the way. Let's check if you guys are wanting anything out of the gate. Nope, you don't. So why don't we go on to the news? I've been yammering for over half an hour. We'll get where we're going. Let's go to the news, refresh everything, see what's going on in the world of pop culture and garbage news, and see if there's anything interesting out there. And as we start the week, and as I try to think about what we're going to talk about when we get to Sunday for Roundtable this next weekend. Okay. All right. Bippity boppity boop. Okay. Variety. Drop out to stream UK series Don't Hug Me. I'm scared. Oh, yeah. We've reacted to this nightmare. This is one of the things we have reacted to, this courtesy of the chat. That show is a nightmare. That show is evil. Stay away from it. It's wrong. Don't hug me. I'm saying that's just evil. Evil. I have heard about this. BAFTA apologizes to Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo and takes full responsibility for N-word outbursts. We will learn from this. So apparently, somebody who had what's it called? Tourette's. Somebody with Tourette's was in the audience and just started dropping the hard R at Michael B. Jordan, Delroy Lindo. Who cares? Seriously, who cares? But everybody's losing their mind over this, apparently. Oh my God, he said the hard R. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You tell me Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo haven't heard that word before? They probably said it too. So, excuse me if I'm not going to wring my hands and clutch my pearls. Oh no. Somebody said it. It's terrible. Judas, go barbecue for $20. Just a thank you. You don't have to do anything. Thank you, Judas. Okay. So we now will update. We're updating because that's what we do. We get to that. We update. Thank you, Judas. Your support has been appreciated. Let's get it there. Boom. That is $20 updated. There it is. All right. Thank you, Judas. Much appreciated. Thank you for hanging out, man. I know you've been having a good time since you've discovered the channel. Okay. So let's get back. So excuse me if I'm not offended because I get called all kinds of shit all the time. Anyway, Berenice Bejo, Leah Drucker, and Swan are among 4,000 French actors slamming AI. Well, let's cry about more AI. Who cares? Only thing I am annoyed about AI is that it's going to make electronics more expensive for the next year or two. That's what I don't like. Because apparently now, stuff like this, I read an article last week, extra hard drive space, these are going to become super expensive because all these AI farms are going to be buying them up so that they can create more memory space for these things to do what they do. That's what I'm pissed off, that I can't keep getting more of these. That's what annoys me. Because I just need extra storage space for some things. Bachelorette. Do people actually still watch that shit? Do they? The Bachelorette? Really? I've never understood that because it's all fake. These people don't have lasting relationships when they win it. They have a little and then they get on with their lives. I could use a little that'd be nice. It's cold out there. Would warm me up. Anyway, Hearst Magazine union ratifies new deal with company covering 410 members. Unions suck. Fuck unions. Funko Pop inspired TV shows, movies, and animated projects that works at Rideback Spree. That's a sign of the apocalypse. It's bad enough Funko Pops exist for franchises we know. Now they're just creating Funko Pops to make TV shows, movies, and animated stuff. Oh, you know, I'm putting all right, you know what, for Roundtable, I'm making a new Roundtable intro this week. I'm putting Dre's embarrassing Funko Pop thing back in the Roundtable reel this week. I'm putting it back in there. You must be shamed for your Funko Pops. Unless you're a girl. If you're a girl, it's a girl. You must be shamed, though. Be shamed. Funko Pops. Ugh. There's my cursor. Extra renewed. I don't care. Blue Moon star Ethan Hawke on his first lead actor Oscar nom. Nobody cares, Ethan Hawke. You're not that great an actor. Hans Zimmer is going to be scoring something else because he is kind of the now most in demand guy now that the GOAT John Williams is essentially retired. Nick Rayner pleads not guilty. Well, dude, you fucking did it. But microdrama platforms spend up to 90% of budgets on marketing. Execs say at packed MIP London panel. Don't shun the format, embrace it. Fuck your micro crap. Fuck your micro crap. Fuck your shorts. Fuck your TikTok. Fuck all that shit. Make real videos. BritBox to launch on the box. Don't show two women and talk about boxes. Just don't. just don't. Just don't. Just don't. It's too easy to make jokes about. Let's see. Anything else here? Entertainment is a software industry now, and we might as well get good at it. I don't even understand what that means. I think I do. But Yellow Jackets creators Ashley Lyle, Bart Nickerson Inc. Paramount TV Studios overall deal. Is that a man or an it? That looks like a troon. Ugh. Listen. Interesting thing though is we didn't talk about this yesterday, so I guess I'll just talk about it here. I'm sure it might come up here. So interesting thing. Paramount cleared antitrust investigation last week for any attempt at getting Warner Brothers. So Paramount has been cleared. Now, that doesn't mean the government can't stop it with further investigation, but Paramount has cleared the first major hurdle that Netflix has not cleared yet. Just today, the DOJ is opening up the antitrust investigation on Netflix. So Paramount has already cleared that first hurdle. Netflix has not. And now Warner Brothers is allowed to talk to Paramount. So I guess Paramount's whining and complaining worked. It worked. Listen, color me surprised. I thought it was pathetic the way Paramount Skydance was behaving once Warner Brothers committed to Netflix a couple months ago. Now, apparently, it worked, and they're back in the running. And I'll say it again. Paramount is the lesser of two evils with the Netflix Warner Brothers stuff. It's the lesser of two evils because at least they're a real production company. Yeah, they make a lot of shit. I mean, before Skydance, Paramount was responsible for Kurtzman Trek. I mean, we were making fun of Star Trek Academy lately, but currently Paramount Skydance is not responsible for that. They had to follow through. They had to finish it, putting it out because it was all contracts and stuff like that. But Kurtzman's contract is up at the end of this year, and there's no signs they're going to renew it. They would have already renewed it right now, I think. They would have done it. So Paramount's back in the running, and in the end, I would rather Paramount than Netflix have Warner Brothers. I would. It's a lesser of two evils. We're still going to get shit, but at least it's acceptable shit other than the Netflix shit, if that makes any sense. I don't care about Harry Styles. I do not. Warner Bros. Discovery posts best ever streaming numbers for Olympic Winter Games as European viewers surge. Yeah, but what are your ratings for best ever for streaming numbers? People still aren't watching Olympics. I mean, there are diehards watching it. I mean, I know everybody's happy that USA. Yeah, I mean, go Team USA winning Olympic gold in hockey, beating Canada. That makes it extra better. But the Olympics just don't have the pull they did like they used to. It just doesn't. ESPN signs Andy Roddick as a tennis analyst. I remember him. Ain't he married to that big-titted chick, the blonde? Yeah, he's married to the big-titted blonde chick. Yeah. K-pop Demon Hunters, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein joining Criterion Collection. Really? You just made the Criterion Collection not worth shit. New Assassin's Creed leadership team set at Ubisoft, including Black Flag Origins of. Wow. Okay, this broke overnight. Otherwise, we would have talked about this yesterday. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go bookmark it. And that's for Sunday. Possible topic for Sunday on Roundtable. Pachinko stars Kim Min-ha, No Sung-hwin reunite for Netflix rom-com Messily Ever After. No, thank you. I don't care about music. Delroy Lindo wishes someone from BAFTA spoke to us after N-word was shouted while he and Michael B. Jordan. We did what we had to do. Seriously, Delroy Lindo, you're a great actor. Fantastic actor. Dude, you've been around the block. Stop fucking crying. Again, I said, stop with the hand wringing. Stop with the pearl clutching. And don't tell me you never used that word in your life either. Stop. Just stop. Let's stop pretending that the world ended with that last night. Give me a break. Sarah Turney, Courtney Nicole launch the Final Hours True Crime Podcast. No, thank you. Yeah, okay. So they announced Wednesday season 3 with Winona Ryder coming on board. Listen, I didn't even watch. I did not watch Wednesday season 2. I was not encouraged after season 1. It was okay. I didn't like a lot of stuff they did, and I am not interested at all. It lost its shine pretty quickly. So, yeah, you don't have me, but it has its fan base. Let's see. Golden Swan about the kidnapping of the director's brother debuts. Paramount expected to raise the price of Warner Brothers' Discovery bid. Will Netflix walk away? There it is. We just briefly talked about that. It's kind of interesting. BBC will remove N-word outbursts from BAFTA Film Awards. That was not edited out prior to broadcast. Oh, they're all just crying so hard. K-drama boom in Europe moves into adaptation phase, MIP London panel says. People like their K-dramas. K everything is not for me. Korean entertainment has not landed with my interest. It just hasn't. Has not. That's fine though. It has plenty of people. Doesn't need me. Doesn't need me. Good. Well, they cut that too. Let's see. Anything else here? Bella Ramsey, Daisy Haggard, Gemma Arterton, Papa Asidu, Aidan Gillian, and Robin McComb headline all 3 Media International's London TV screening scripted lineup. Wow, that's a lot of people I don't care about. Bella Downsy. Yeah, that's right. Say Bella Downsy, I'm going to get so interested in watching it. Yeah, it's a word. Listen, I hear all kinds of horrible shit said about my religion all the time lately. It makes me uncomfortable, but you know what? I just don't talk about it. I just don't talk about it. I don't like it. I think it's horrendous, but you know what? I'm not going to whine and complain publicly about it. There's not the place for it. Well, Ted Sarandos' response to Donald Trump's call to fire board member Susan Rice. He likes to do a lot of things on social media. People don't know who Susan Rice is. She's one of Obama's hatchet women. And she was secretly pulling the strings for Obama during Barry's third term under Biden. She is a horrible human being. So Susan Rice is terrible. And that's one of the reasons you don't trust Netflix. Netflix has real political people running their show. Complete hacks. Anything here as we look at the back end of this stuff from the weekend? No, nothing here. Don't care about your BAFTAs. Could fuck it off with it. All right, check out IGN. Magic of Disney Animation at Walt Disney World will feature an audio animatronics figure of Olaf teaching you how to draw. Yeah, I don't need to hear that soulless little piece of shit talking to me. I don't need that. I don't need to hear Josh Gad talking to me. I really don't. This is an Xbox campaign. Offended many. This Xbox editing, please, for God's sake. This Xbox campaign offended many Xbox employees. Well, good. Marvel sheds light on 2 major 2026 crossovers, Avengers Armageddon and Queen in Black. All right, listen, no, King in Black was bad enough, already bad decision. Now you're going to feminize it? Jeez. That's just dumb. We already got Wednesday, season 3, Winona Ryder. Mortal Kombat figure skating routine featured at a Winter Olympics. I guess you get a point for being nerdy, but no. Yes. Soros. And we're now swiftly saying Soros Jr., who's even worse than his dad ever was. Susan Rice, not to get too political, not because we don't do that right here, but Susan Rice was more Obama's true puppet master was Valerie Jarrett. That was Obama's true puppet master. She was the hand up the ass. Susan Rice was one of her minions that Obama because Obama made her national security advisor because there was no way she would have gotten through a confirmation hearing for anything else, because you don't need a confirmation hearing for NSA. So Susan Rice wasn't controlling Obama per se. She was one of Valerie Jarrett's henchwomen. Valerie Jarrett was the true power running Obama. If you know, you know. Ubisoft subsidiary announces new Assassin's Creed lineup team. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Exclusive Faces of Death poster teases reboot of the controversial 1978 horror classic. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. K-pop Demon Hunter singer Kevin Wu exclusively reveals his new Dead by Daylight survivor. Yeah. Evangelion gets brand new anime penned by Nier Automata's Yoko Taro. Okay, let's be honest. If Hideki Anno is not involved, it's not Evangelion. And listen, Jeremy and I have talked about this on Anime Odyssey. I mean, right there, you can't see it, but I got all my Evangelion DVDs down there. I'm an old school Evangelion guy. I thought Anno's insanity was brilliant and disturbing at the same time. I was really into Rebuild of Evangelion because I thought, okay, Anno's sane now. Let's see what he does when he's sane. And I get what Anno wanted to do, creating a more positive thing and giving Shinji more positive people to end up with rather than the stuff with Asuka. But Rebuild kind of fell apart at the end because I think Anno, I want Anno to be happy and sane, but I think it lost its edge. And there's the thing about Evangelion is, and as I've said before, there are 4 or 5 different timelines, whether it's two animes, manga, and even something else out there. I think there's multiple stuff. The manga ending is completely different from the anime. I mean, it's all different. So there's no one real Evangelion, but at least for the manga and the animes, Hideki Anno was involved. Unless he's involved in this, I don't know. And what's it going to do? Is it following the original from End of Eva, or is it going to follow Rebuild? I need to know these things. I mean, if Anno's producing, okay, maybe it has a chance. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Nintendo announces surprise live stream tomorrow, but it's not a full Nintendo Direct. No, they already announced the Pokemon thing. They already announced that. Last week, we talked about it. GTA publisher wants to align BioShock movie launch with long-awaited next game. Never a BioShock guy, so this kind of just doesn't do anything for me. Film listing appears to leak major unannounced character in Super Mario Galaxy movie. I don't know what that is, and unless you guys want to know about it, we're not going to look at it because I don't really care about the Mario movie. I don't care. BAFTA Film Awards 2026, Marty Supreme and Timothy Chalamet leave disappointed. Of course, because that movie was a failure, and Timothy Chalamet is not a good actor. While Leo DiCaprio, one battle after another, wins big. Well, of course they wanted to annoy Antifa for the movie. Is it? It might be Star Fox. That'll make some people happy. That's okay. We all want to know Avengers star Mark Ruffalo responds to James Cameron's criticism of Netflix's Warner Brothers buyout. Yeah, so I heard about that yesterday. Apparently, Ruffalo and Jimmy Cameron are going to have it out, or they're having it out in a way. God, my nose is itchy. The tip of my nose. So stop itching. Sorry. Keep scratching it unconsciously. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo is, who cares? He's brain damaged and an idiot. Resident Evil Requiem leakers deserve 1,000 deaths, Hideki Kamiyama says. I'm okay with that. You shouldn't spoil things for people that are waiting to have the game fully reveal everything to them. You shouldn't have things spoiled. I'm a firm believer in don't spoil shit. Tencent shuts down studio backing Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Valhalla creative director. What did we say yesterday when we talked about Ubisoft and Tencent on Roundtable? We said Tencent is running the show. Tencent is in charge. It's that simple. Big Daddy China Tencent is in charge of Ubisoft. What they say goes. Beep, boop, beep, boop. New Xbox boss Asha Sharma posts her gamer tag and hits back at claim her social media account is run by AI. Nobody thinks you're real. No, I'm not saying not a real person. Everybody thinks you are a fake executive. You have no gaming experience. Nobody wants you in charge of a gaming company because you aren't you're not part of the business. You're an AI executive. You're into AI. And right now that's the kiss of death for a lot of people. I don't give a fuck about Xbox, but there it is. All right, Mark Place. There she's again. There she's again. And you know what? Scrutinize the hell out of her. Roast her. Terrible Wonder Man ratings show Marvel's Disney Plus audience has vanished. People liked it. I know people liked it. People I know liked it, but as soon as it was done, it is vanished. Nobody talked about it anymore. Over. Bye-bye. Nobody cared in the end. There's the shouting of the hard R and Trump, Susan Rice, and that's everything else we mentioned. So there's the news. I'm sticking to it. We'll leave that for a minute there. Anyway, so that's kind of it. We're about at the hour, so let's see what's going on this week. What's going on this week? Tonight, Jed and I will play some Jump Space over on his channel. No more split screen stuff. We're not doing the split screen stuff anymore. We're just going to be on Discord. You'll just hear my voice there. I am not going to stream it because I can't stream and play the game at the same time. But we don't play it for too long because the missions are long and we are under geared and undermanned for the harder stuff. So we're kind of scraping by right now until we get a third person or until we decide to hang it up for a while. When we're done with that, though, I'm going to play some Voyager. Tonight. I forgot that Jed was going to want to play Jump Space tonight, so I had originally planned to do Voyager tonight. But we got to play Jump Space, so we'll do that. And then on this channel, probably around somewhere between 9 and 10 p.m. Eastern, we'll fire up some Voyager, and we'll play that into the wee hours of the morning because that seems to be what's happening when we play Voyager. We play until I should be asleep in bed. So we'll play some Voyager tonight. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll play some more Voyager along with the regular streaming. Wednesday, I was supposed to give you guys a Nerdgasm this week for Farscape, but I have failed to put a panel together. I can't get enough people to talk Farscape. So when I can do a Nerdgasm, it will be Farscape. I was hoping to do one every month, but that's what won. And the problem is I can't pull enough people together to do a Farscape stream on Wednesday night. So Thursday, though, it is the end of the month, which means Anime Odyssey. Jeremy and I will be talking Jobless Reincarnation. I told him to he only had to watch the first half of the first season, but he went and watched it all last night. So we might be talking the whole thing. Says he has thoughts. I enjoy this one. It's one of my current favorites. Looking forward to season 3 this year. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff about to come. I'm excited. We'll be talking our usual One Piece monthly roundup for the manga. And then what? Okay, also announcement as well. Jed and I have talked about this. We are putting Drive-In on the shelf until we're done with Starfleet Academy because it's a stream and the uploaded recorded version is not working. It's not working. So we're going to put it on the shelf. And also the next couple of weekends, I have scheduling issues. That real life stuff getting in the way. So for the next couple of weeks, no Drive-In. We'll come back when Jen wants to do The Martian in about 3 weeks. And then by then we're done with Academy. So we'll go back to normal until another review panel show comes around for whatever things we're covering. So no Drive-In, but Thursday also is Starfleet Academy episode 8 review, which means we won't be doing this stream. That is a new thing. I got to make it go. I'm going to repeat that. I think I repeated it last week on Friday. I'm going to repeat it now. Whenever I'm doing a review, for a long-form review for a show, we will not be streaming during that day because it's too much for me to do in one day. And the live stream and the reviews have to take priority because that's what grows the channel. It grows the channel. So no double D's this Thursday when we do a review, but we will be back, of course, on Friday. And then, of course, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, we got Where No Man Wants to Go reviews. And then Sunday, Roundtable. And we'll be playing Voyager a lot this week, whenever I feel like it, whenever I can. And we'll see once we get through it, because we're over halfway done. But once we're through it, if you guys want to do it again, maybe on a harder difficulty level, we'll see. We'll see. Kratos says super incoming. Okay, Kratos. Okay, Kratos. I'll give you a second. What's this now? Improve a frame rate on that tool. Oh, well, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing the split screen anymore. So it's kind of, it's moot. It's moot. We're not doing it anymore. We decided that 2 weeks ago before Jet Ed Company last week, and we couldn't do the stream. So we're not doing split screen anywhere. Besides, we might not. I think we're running to the end of our jump space enthusiasm. We were talking about this, so we might be coming to the end of that for a bit because we can't get a third person right now just for the stream for the time frame that we're in, and also it's kind of running its course. You know how it is. You know how it is. Anyway, so we are also not doing viewers' choice this quarter. There's no time. There's no time. We're not doing that this quarter. We'll do it next quarter. We will not happen this quarter because there are certain movies lined up with certain events that Jed wants to do, and that kind of goes through March. So we're not doing it. We're not doing it. It'll come back. Don't worry. It'll come back. Give you guys a chance to participate like we always do. Anyway, so I'm giving Kratos a chance to send something in. So $35 from Kratos El Grados over on Stream Elements. Several people would like you to experience the sausage party, and I'd like to know if you think it's better than The Room. Okay. All right. We'll do this for Wednesday. We'll do this one for Wednesday since I don't have anything specifically planned for tomorrow night outside maybe some Voyager. We'll do this for Wednesday. So I will watch. You guys threatened me with this a few weeks ago. Sausage Party. And of course, as always, compare it to The Room. So there it is. All right, guys. So we will wrap this up for the day. And apparently Jed is streaming. So why don't we head on over there. All right. So there it is, guys. Thank you, everybody. That's $35. Hang on. Let me update this before I forget. I have to update it. So that puts us at 55 of the first leg of the new punishment tier. So there it is. Okay. All right. So thank you guys for being here today with me. We'll be back over on Jed's channel at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. Dry throat. Man, whole thing just closed up on me. Just closed up on me right there. Wow. We back at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Jed's channel for some jump space. And then I'll be doing some Voyager Across the Unknown after that on here. Thank you, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Watch today's video, which was clipped from Roundtable yesterday. And I'll see you guys later. Until then, take it easy, everybody.